Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Talking Reds. I will be joined in just a moment with Harmony. What a week this is going to be for the Reds. Regardless of what happens on Sunday, I think we're going to get a draw at least. I think it is going to be confirmed that we are champions this week. I think it's if we lose, then I don't think we deserve to be confirmed champions. But yeah, I think after last night, what a brilliant result last night for Liverpool. A draw, probably the perfect result. A draw is a perfect result last night for Liverpool because that means Liverpool only one more point against Tottenham on Sunday to secure their Premier League title. What a chance for Liverpool to do that. We don't even need just a win; we need just a point, which is it takes a lot of pressure off, and it also ensures that we get the job done ourselves, which is probably the perfect way of doing it. One second, I'm just going to change the lighting on this. It's a bit bright, that light, so let's go now. Right, there we go. So everyone that is joining, welcome to Talking Reds. Make sure you do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and get your notification bells on fire joiners. Also, get your comments in the chat as well. There has been some breaking news in the last couple of hours. Trent Alexander-Arnold. We did do a stream on Trent Alexander-Arnold yesterday, but David Ornstein has confirmed that Trent Alexander-Arnold is to join Real Madrid as a free agent. That has come out in the last couple of hours. I didn't want to talk about Trent in this specific stream, but that has just come out in the last couple of hours. David Ornstein, with that news about Trent Alexander-Arnold joining Real Madrid, it is pretty much confirmed, and it's sort of now put into bed. I think now David Ornstein's come out of it. I think we'll see Joyce come out of it. I think it will be confirmed going into the game against Tottenham. It's not that. I want to say, is it the right time for the Trent news to come out? If it is to come out right now, off the back of getting a winner, I think the timing of that is incredible. You know how PR works. We need to keep that sort of positive outlook on things. It did get the winner, and we're all happy with Trent Alexander-Arnold for the win. But going into Sunday now, if that news comes out today, it's a bit of a blow we didn't need, I don't think. But it is one of those blows where we just got to deal with it. We've got to deal with the Trent news. If he goes, then he goes. It'll be his last few games for Liverpool Football Club. And what a way to go, though. What a way to go. We are going to win the Premier League title this Sunday, hopefully, with just 1 point. That's all we need. So, in tonight's news, we're going to be talking about, obviously, the 1 point situation. I said Harmony will be joining me very, very shortly on Twitter. I'm hoping he does. Anyway, I did send him the link to join us. But, yeah, I will talk about the 1 point situation. Trent Alexander-Arnold, also the breaking news right now that he is set to join Real Madrid in the last couple of hours that came out. Huijsen also, potentially of a contact being made for Huijsen. We don't know what's going to go on with him because there's a few teams wanting Dean Huijsen from Bournemouth, Liverpool being one of them. But we saw in reports yesterday that we may have to get rid of Kanate to get Huijsen, which is not good for me. I don't like how we do that. More on Zubimendi potentially joining Arsenal. I think that's pretty much over the line. Not near enough over the line now. I think that's Arsenal really pushed for Zubimendi in the last year or so since he rejected us last year. I did speak to Lewis Steele earlier on in the year and talked about Zubimendi. Would we go back to the Zubimendi? And there was always that possibility of us going back because he was our number one target. But it doesn't seem like we have done. I think we're still on the Zubimendi thing. I think we're happy with Gravenberch as a 6, even though he's not a 6. And I think we're just not even going back for Zubimendi now. I think that's ridiculous, if I'm honest, as well. Also, a little bit on Liam Delap is potentially joining Newcastle as well. So I'm just talking about the general targets of Liverpool. So Zubimendi, Liam Delap have been targets, potentially going elsewhere. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Let me know if you're happy about that. Also, Dave O'Cop also broke down the winning how much Liverpool would make in earnings in terms of winning the Premier League. The breakdown of how much would we earn. Probably not seeing any of that in the transfer window. So let's start with I did want to start on a positive note today. I wanted to start on that being 1 point behind. I might finish on that. I might finish on the positive thing going into Sunday against Tottenham, potential Premier League champions. But let's start with the David Ornstein bombshell. Let's start with the breaking news in the last couple of hours. David Ornstein, Trent Alexander-Arnold is expected to join Real Madrid as a free agent. It is done. It is over. We saw Romano said there's no change on that as of that yet. I think that something more might come out in a couple of hours or an hour or so. I expect Paul Joyce to come out of it in the next hour. If it is confirmed now from David Ornstein, I expect Paul Joyce to do his usual confirmation and really. It's frustrating, isn't it? It's frustrating, isn't it? Just when you think, there might be a slight possibility of Trent staying. I think everyone accepted Trent going. I think this was obvious that it was going to happen, but in recent weeks, we've shown how much we've actually missed Trent. And it's only when he's gone you realise how important he is to the team. And a lot of people have realised that in the last couple of weeks. And him not being there, we've struggled with creativity, we've struggled with breaking teams down. Sunday came on, played really well, coming on. Then the winner, left foot, first time with a left foot, scoring a goal. And you think, that celebration, there must be something more about the celebration. Is it just anger built up? Is it like proving people wrong? What is that celebration about? Simicast putting the shirt on the corner flag. You're thinking you're trying to look at the positives, aren't you? You're trying to look at that and think, yeah, Trent clearly wants to stay now. Look at that celebration. You don't celebrate like that. Then the Salah picture came out yesterday with the symbolism of the exit sign and the turning back to the exit sign. It is diving down to the rabbit hole. It is conspiracy theory sort of things, but sometimes conspiracy theories come true. We've seen in celeb world right now how conspiracy theories do come true. So it's all right to look into them sometimes, but Trent is. You're thinking here there's a slight possibility of Trent staying. Gets your hopes up again. It would be easy if he did stay, but it's done, isn't it? It's done, and David Ornstein has come out. If you are joining us, guys, there has been a breaking news in the last couple of hours that David Ornstein has confirmed that Trent Alexander-Arnold is to join Real Madrid as a free agent in the summer. And I think we all knew this. I think there's a reason why we're all, I want to say, angry at Trent, because it has been done in the background. It hasn't been transparent. It has been done quite slyly. It has been quite sly, and I agree with. If Trent wants to go for ambition, and I question the ambition of the club, I question the ambition of FSG. Do I think FSG will back Arne Slot in the summer? No. Do I think they'll do it enough for Arne Slot to have the best chance of going again? I don't think they'll do enough for me. So if I'm questioning that, then the players will as well. But being a Liverpool fan and a Scouser, then you'd expect Trent to stay. As Liverpool fans, I'm not speaking as myself here. I'm sure you guys at home as well, and everyone that's at Talking Reds as well. Playing for Liverpool would be the ultimate dream. There's nothing better than that. Whether Trent thinks, look, I've done all I can there, I've won all I can, I've lived my dream, I just want a little bit, I just want to try something different. Then Trent thinks like that. Not everyone thinks like us. Not everyone thinks like yourself, for example. That's a selfish way of looking at it. If you're expecting other people to think like you, it doesn't work like that. But again, do I want to wish Trent well? Not really, because I don't like Real Madrid. But I hate his decision, and I hate how he's gone about it, but I won't hate him forever, if that makes sense. It's not like the Michael Owen one's a bit. Matt Manaman's a little bit different. I'm not really bothered, really. Matt Manaman's one of my favourite players growing up. Michael Owen's a massive difference. Michael Owen ended up at Man United. That's a no-go. Real Madrid's bad enough, but Man United is a no-go. You do not join Man United. Not when, especially when you come from the Liverpool academy. That's just crazy. I still can't believe that he did that. But yeah, Dave, LFC chat says here, let's go, Reds. One more point. Exactly, Dave. I did want a positive stream tonight. I did want to talk about positive things in terms of the league, in terms of winning the league. 1 point against probably one of the worst teams in the league. It's not really hard to do. I think we should be beating them and getting a point. And we are literally going to win number 20. And it's absolutely fantastic. But like I said, David Ornstein shits on everyone's face and says, no, you're not having any enjoyment without a little bit of bad news to go with your enjoyment. He has confirmed that Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to Real Madrid, and it is absolutely frustrating. I don't know what's going on with Harmony, because I've messaged Harmony. Give me I can't even come off it because I'm on my phone here, so I can't even come off it to check if he has got the link. I definitely sent the link. But yeah, guys, get your thoughts in the chat on the Trent news. What do you think about Trent Alexander-Arnold? Will you forgive Trent Alexander-Arnold? That's what I want to know in the chat. Will you forgive him for leaving for Real Madrid? Because it is one of the clubs I can't stand. It is, for me, a direct rival. And we've seen in the last few months, we've had a little bit of a fake rivalry with Arsenal fans, and we've seen that Liverpool fans cheering on Real Madrid in the Champions League over Arsenal. And I thought, there's not a chance sincerely, I could cheer on Real Madrid over Arsenal. I can't. There's no way on this planet I like Real Madrid more than Arsenal. I'm not cheering on anyone, but if I want anyone to win, it would be Arsenal over Real Madrid. So I was so happy. I was so happy to see Arsenal humble Real Madrid, not only at home but also in their own backyard. It was nice to see that because Real Madrid need pegging down a little bit. I think there's Arsenal fans out there that need pegging down a little bit, but I speak to many Arsenal fans. I don't speak to these deluded ones constantly, but there are deluded ones out there, and they're the ones that are loud online, the ones that are not scared of catching Liverpool, not so happy that Man City are not in front of them. Those sort of deluded fans. But people like Hooks, for example, Hooks is beyond tomorrow. By the way, guys, mid-afternoon tomorrow, me and Hooks will be talking about Arsenal Liverpool as well. So people like Hooks, people like Cecil from ATV, he's very down to earth. One of my best mates is an Arsenal fan. These people don't need pegging down a little bit, but certain Arsenal fans do. But Real Madrid as a whole club need pegging down. And things like the Trent situation going to Real Madrid, that just adds on to the fire of my hate for Real Madrid. I can't stand them. Every time I've played them, they've been lucky against us, they've robbed us, the Ramos taking Salah down. I don't like how they go around and just act like the big bollocks, which, if I'm honest, they are the big bollocks. But you know what I'm saying? I don't like how they act. I don't like how they go to other clubs and they basically look at all our players that we want. Bellingham, for example. Chouameni is another example. Dean Huijsen's another one right now. We're looking at him and Real Madrid just can't get help. In fact, there was a report yesterday that Real Madrid want Kirkes. It's like it's always Real Madrid. I can't stand them. But yeah, if Trent goes there, then like I said, I wish him well in life, and I think he will succeed at Real Madrid, but I don't want Real Madrid to do well. I can't stand him, if I'm honest. Let's go into the Huijsen talks then. Huijsen, there was reports earlier that Liverpool had made early contact. It was very unreliable reports, but they had made early contact for Dean Huijsen. Reports that yesterday was about Chelsea being the favourites, but then Huijsen might fancy Arsenal and Liverpool over Chelsea. He might be looking at Champions League football. How important is Champions League football when it comes to this signing? Because I think if Chelsea get Champions League football, which I don't think is quite likely, I've looked at the fixtures. I think Newcastle will certainly get it. I think Man City will get it, and I think after that, even Nottingham Forest could get it over Chelsea. So if Chelsea don't get Champions League football, I think we've got a good chance of getting Dean Huijsen. But I think if Chelsea do get Champions League football with the same agent as Caicedo, not only that, also they'll throw a massive wage at him. They'll throw a 9-year contract at him. They'll throw also what Chelsea have over us is a guaranteed first team spot. We can't guarantee that. And not only will be looking for Champions League football, but he'll be looking to make sure he's getting game time for his development. And at Chelsea, I think he'll get that certain game time. But at Liverpool, I think it's a perfect chance for someone like Dean Huijsen to come in at Liverpool because Konate's there, Van Dijk's there, but Van Dijk's there for only 2 more years. This guy can fight for spots between Van Dijk, between Konate for 2 years. He could probably nail down a spot. He could even get over Konate if he improves, potentially. He's only a young lad. But then what happens then when Van Dijk goes? You've got your partnership there for a good few years. That's if we keep Konate. That's a big, big if, by the way. Because we've already seen now reports of we might have to get rid of Konate to get Dean Huijsen in. This is how FSG work. This is how this club works. We can't ever build on success. We can't ever build on improving a squad. We've got to do replacements constantly. The midfield was a big. It should have been a big eye opener in how we do our business. We didn't get a midfielder for 4 or 5 years. We saw our midfield come. We only started then addressing the midfield when all the midfield left. Instead of bringing in a midfielder a year or two before to just take off the workload a little bit, we let all the midfield go, and then we brought a new midfield in. Luckily, that midfield did actually do well. Very good business when we got the business done, but it came too late. That's a big issue. It's proactive over reactive, and this is why people have a problem with FSG, because they don't sanction enough money to allow proactiveness to be the foremost thing to do. We need to start being proactive here. We should bring someone like a Dean Huijsen in, have him there as competition, then he can replace Van Dijk when Van Dijk goes in 2 years. Not sell Konate to get Dean Huijsen. That's not improving. That's not building on success. That's not adding to a squad that's already won the league. The players that you replace, the players that you let go to bring someone in, are the deadbeats. Harsh word, but they're the ones that you do. The ones that not deadbeats as such, but the ones that are simply not good enough. Konate is more than good enough. We shouldn't be looking to get rid of Konate to bring Dean Huijsen in. We should be looking to add Dean Huijsen to Konate and Van Dijk. That's what we should be doing. That's what a serious club does. Did Man City, when they bought Rodri, did they say, buy to Fernandinho? They didn't do that. They bought Rodri when Fernandinho was still there. They still played Fernandinho for the year that Rodri was there for first. And then Rodri came in when it was naturally right to do it. That's how you should be doing it. Huijsen should be coming in as a backup to Van Dijk or backup to Konate. Competition for Konate. Competition for Van Dijk. Then when Van Dijk goes in 2 years, that's when Huijsen steps in. You are the main guy. You and Konate are our centre-back pairing. That's how it should work. Not under FSG. We're sell to buy. If we're buying a centre-back, we need to sell one. And it's Konate, his contract runs out next year. And we need to make a decision. Does he go for free next year? Or if we don't want him to stay, if we want Huijsen coming in instead of Konate, then he either goes for free next year or we sell him this year. Or we're going to get another Trent on our hand. We're going to get another Trent going for free next year. If Konate is definitely going, he's got to go this summer. He got to bring some money in for him. It's too good of a player to lose out on some money that's going to pay for our transfers. If we're going to work on sell to buy policy, letting people go for free is not the way to do it. If we're going to keep this sell to buy, if we're going to rely our transfer budget on sales, letting people go for free is not the way to go about it. Trent's doing it. Van Dijk and Solid almost did it. The fact that they even got into their last few months of negotiations before they were free, before they went completely, that's a joke. Finally they did it, finally got over the line. But it can happen again to Konate. It's happened too many times. We've let so many people go for free, which makes no sense into a sell-to-buy policy. It makes zero sense. It makes absolutely zero sense. Good evening, Abdul. Hi, everyone. Big up, like, share, subscribe, comment. You'll know vocal on every night, Abdul. Please, like Abdul says there, please make sure you do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment, and get your notification bells on as well, as we are live pretty much every night now, hopefully. We also get more content out as well. Make sure you are joining us tomorrow for me and Hooks, mid-afternoon, hopefully. Hopefully, Red Sun's back tomorrow night as well. Saturday, you got a match preview for Tottenham. Hopefully, getting some Tottenham fans on. I've got a couple of Tottenham fans in the line. I think I might be going on their channel as well at some point. Obviously, match reaction Sunday. So yeah, notification bells on. Notification bells on constantly on this channel. Thank you everyone that has joined us. Thank you everyone that has subscribed, watched so far. Keep doing it. It helps us out massively. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Dean Huijsen in the chat as well. Do you think Liverpool can get the job done? And will it have to take for Konate to leave to get Huijsen over the line? Because that is seemingly what is the way it's going at the moment. So let's talk about players that Liverpool could be missing out on. Then according to reports, the main one, Martin Zubimendi. Last year, he was number one target. We clearly wanted a DM again. It's like the Tchouaméni thing. We wanted a DM when we wanted Tchouaméni. He went to Real Madrid, and all of a sudden we didn't want a DM. It made no sense. It makes no sense. We just spent the transfer budget on Nunes. That's why it was. So yeah, Zubimendi looks pretty much joining Arsenal. Arsenal confident of signing Zubimendi despite Madrid interest. That's according to Jordan Davis, and then also David Ornstein. I did say on Zubimendi as well. Arsenal will be added to the midfield with the arrival of Zubimendi. Arsenal are acting internally as though Zubimendi is a done deal. So Arsenal internally, that means Arsenal, the club, are very, very confident that Zubimendi is pretty much a done deal. That, for me, that's a big miss for Liverpool. A big miss for Liverpool, because he's the one that suits Slot's system in that position. He's the one I think Slot really wanted in that position. Hence why we went for him, and there were no one else out there. But there is players out there, by the way. We just saw Gravenberch do well in that position, and we've sort of said, we'll save some money. That's what's happened. Gravenberch has said in an interview he still wants to play 8. Well, he still sees himself as an 8. He's done a fantastic job, Gravenberch. For the first half of the season, Gravenberch has done a fantastic job in that position. But he needs someone beside him now. I want to see Gravenberch, that advanced Gravenberch. I want to see that box-to-box Gravenberch, that one that can drive at players, that one that can create space by driving at players through the middle. At DM, he can't do that. And he has sacrificed a lot of his game this season, and he has saved Liverpool, saved FSG. Gravenberch being able to do that has saved FSG not a lot of money, but they've saved FSG for not fucking up the season again by not doing enough. That's what's happened. Zubimendi, yes, we were close to signing him. We offered a chance to get him. We could have got him buyout clause, which we give Zubimendi, then he can buy himself out of Sociedad. But the first initial offer we put across was not enough. This gives Zubimendi time to think and sort of rethink his whole future at Sociedad. It gave him time to do a U-turn, basically. Do a U-turn, and Zubimendi ended up doing a U-turn, rejected Liverpool. In the end, Liverpool were willing to pay the money, apparently, in the end, but it was too late by then. He'd already done a U-turn, and a year later, he's joining Arsenal. A year later, our main target for last year is joining Arsenal, a team that's going to finish behind us. And I'm already seeing the reports now of us not looking at that DM position. And that's a huge mistake. That's a huge mistake. You've seen now in the last half a year, Gravenberch has been ran into the ground. Szoboszlai has been ran into the ground. McAllister's been ran into the ground. That midfield needs depth. And we need a proper CDM player. It doesn't have to be a destroyer. It doesn't have to be a player that can make tackles or things like that. It has to be someone that suits our sort of system, which is more of a composer. A bit like a Busquets. We're not going to get a Busquets. There's no one out there to the levels of Busquets, but a player of that ilk, a player that plays that sort of way. And that was number one target for Slot, was Zubimendi. So if Zubimendi is still available, because clearly he's available if he's going to join Arsenal, and so what, he rejected us, get over it. If he's still your number one target, if you're a serious club and you wanted him last year, and you need that help for Gravenberch and McAllister and Szoboszlai in that midfield for more depth, then you need to go back for Zubimendi. I don't care if you rejected it last year. Get over it. We're not children. You go back for Zubimendi. That's what needs to happen. If he's available this year, certainly, because he's going to join Arsenal. And what's going to happen there is Arsenal's going to have a better midfield than us. They're going to have a better midfield than us. I'll be honest. Declan Rice and Zubimendi as a pairing with Odegaard in front of him. That is a better midfield than ours. It is. We've seen in recent weeks, I absolutely love, like, McAllister's our best midfielder, by the way. Has been our most consistent midfielder. We've seen Gravenberch levels, unbelievable. Szoboszlai has done it in patches. You've seen he can be at levels, but not enough. But really, the Arsenal midfield, if they get Zubimendi, Rice, and Odegaard is a better midfield. So they're already improving us on that situation for next season. If they sort their attack out and a little bit more creativity, I think that us and them will be a 2-horse race next season, unless City really go all out in summer, which I can see them doing that. But yeah, what we need to do is start taking advantage of being top and being attractive at that top end. When you're champions like this, everyone wants to play for you. We just signed Van Dijk, we just signed Salah. Anyone in the world will want to play for us. Bar those that are already at like PSG, Real Madrid, for example. But someone like a Zubimendi, he wouldn't say no to us. Still, if he's available, he only said no. He was willing to come. He just had second thoughts about leaving, a bit like Gerrard did at Liverpool, a bit like we want in Trent to do now. Have second thoughts. We've got his fingers burnt, but it doesn't mean that those fingers will stay burnt forever. You can put them under a cold tap. And going back for Zubimendi is putting them back under a cold tap and recovering your finger. If he's available, I don't see why we shouldn't go for him. I don't. I really don't. I don't think it'll be a year later, so it'll be cheaper. So I have the best year, so again should be cheaper. So it makes no sense for me. I don't know if you guys think of anything different. Yeah, I was trying to get all the confirmation of David Ornstein about Trent Alexander-Arnold. So if you have just joined us, guys, David Ornstein has confirmed that Trent Alexander-Arnold is joining Real Madrid for free in the summer. So that is pretty much confirmed. Expect more to come out in the next few hours, certainly. Another player Liverpool are going to be missing out on is Liam Delap. He seems to be looking to join Newcastle. I'm not saying missing out on. I'm not really that bothered about. Here he is, better late than never. Here he is. We do have Harmony finally on the stream.
I'm so sorry, mate. I literally did not. I don't know what's going on with my notifications, but they're not coming up every single time someone messages me.
Harmony coming in with the Van Dijk header in the last minute.
Oh,
honestly, the thing is, because I stream on the phone as well, I can't even message you to see what happened.
yeah, I
Once
know.
I've started, so it's all good, mate. All good.
You know what? That's what's so crazy. Like my notifications, I don't know why, but every single time someone messages me, I don't get any notifications anymore. I don't know why, especially with
You put
WhatsApp.
the John Henry settings on, mate. You put the John Henry settings on.
Oh my days, yeah, maybe.
John Henry puts those settings on in summer. When the summer comes around, as soon as it hits July the 1st, John Henry settings
Honestly,
is no notifications, nothing, no calls,
yeah, it seems like that
silence.
for my phone. Honestly, it seems like that with my phone. That's how crazy it is. But
So now, Harmsy, I don't know if Harm's seen the latest news.
what's the latest that we have right now?
So the last 2 hours, we have got breaking news about Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's pretty much done to Real Madrid.
Okay, yeah, that okay, that I'm not be surprised by.
Yeah, so David Ornstein has come out and said he's set to join Real Madrid for free in the summer. David Ornstein's like Mr. FSG now. He's really close to Liverpool now, so pretty much done. I expect Paul Joyce to come out in the next couple of hours as well to confirm that. There's been talk about Dean Huijsen, Bournemouth Dean Huijsen, and potential early contact made by Liverpool. Not reliable reports on that, but Newcastle, Liverpool, Arsenal, Real Madrid all want the player. We mentioned Chelsea's got the same agents with Caicedo as Huijsen as well. Can guarantee first team football there. I'm trying to think what else we covered. We covered Zubimendi. He's joined Arsenal pretty much. David Ornstein said that at Arsenal in the internal discussions at Arsenal in and around the ground, they're confident of it's basically a done deal. Zubimendi.
Okay, that's another one. Okay, really,
I'm just saying that's a big miss for us. Even though we rejected us, I think we should be going back for him.
No, I don't think so.
Do you not?
Do
you not?
No, honestly, I think I get that Royal Sociedad is not really great right now, and they're struggling. But looking at the season that he's had personally, it has not been great, and I've not really been impressed by what he's been doing. And I feel like he was last year a project that we wanted last year and that we felt like could fit. But because I feel like Slot has realized that, you know what, I got Gravenberch. All I need is somebody that can play behind him, that can take the minutes off his legs next season, that's able to do what he does, and obviously is good enough to be first team quality. I feel like Liverpool's gonna go for a different direction in that position. So I don't feel like Zubimendi is gonna be the person that they're gonna want to bring in now at this point. I think Liverpool's kind of moved on from him, and I think Liverpool's kind of a team that if if they go in for you and you don't leave, and you keep playing them about, they're not gonna keep coming back for you again and again and again. You know what I mean? I feel like, especially with Richard Hughes and Edwards, I feel like it's a one and done type of thing for them guys. Is either you come or we're moving on. And I think with Zubimendi, his chance to come to us is past. And yeah, he can go to Arsenal. To be fair, I don't really care at this point.
I had spoken to you about this actually, about the midfield situation. One second, I was picking this up from Johan, listening from Las Vegas. Welcome, Johan, to the channel. Welcome to the stream. I've got some good news for you, actually, Johan, because as it Juan, sorry, Juan, a bit not Johan. It's Juan in it. It's a Spanish name, Juan. Um, Regarding Las Vegas, regarding the American audience, we will be doing soon a later show for those American audience, for another worldwide audience that could, that the ones that are not up for these sort of times, because obviously this is English times, is GMT time, half
Yeah,
six over here, it's probably half one in America. But
yeah.
I want to reach out to everyone across the world with this channel. I want to make sure everyone in the world has a decent time to watch it, and even if you watch it live or watch it back or anything, I just want to make sure I'm giving it out to everyone, giving everyone a possibility to watch the stream. So yes, a later show will be certainly put up at some point. I'm just working things out in the background with some other people to us as well. Hopefully some Americans to us as well. So that would be nice for them as well. But yeah, I'll put that also. The midfield, there was a report last week saying that we're not even going to be looking at midfield. Is
Um,
that a big mistake?
I feel like, especially for a team like Liverpool, and I feel like with the owners that we have, I do think it was going to be a big summer, but I don't think it's going to be as big as people want it to be. In terms of, I don't think we're going to bring in 5 players. I think the max we'll probably bring in is 3, if we're lucky, 4.
That's what I think.
Yeah, 3 or 4. And I think Liverpool's trying to play smart in terms of they don't want too much noise going out saying that Liverpool needs this position. Liverpool's looking at this player. Liverpool wants to invest in this area in the squad. I think they want to keep it as quiet as possible so that when they do go in for this player that they might want in the midfield, they don't have to pay that as much as they would have had to pay if all this noise was coming out. Liverpool needed this position. Liverpool's in dire need of this position. This is one of Liverpool's priorities to fix in the summer window. I feel they're trying to play really smart. So I don't think it's not that Liverpool's not going to go in for a midfielder. I think they are, but they just don't want it to be known who exactly they're going to go in for, and they just want to keep it quiet. So when they do go in for the midfields, they don't really get charged as much because it's
Mm.
one thing going for a player as saying, yeah, we just want to add to the squad, and it's another thing going for a player when you really need him in that position. Because when a team knows you need that guy in that position, they're going to charge you more.
We've
You
seen it with
know?
Striker, though, haven't we?
Yeah.
Because
Same
Striker,
strikers.
um, Frankfurt put like 80 million stuck on Ekatike.
And he's not worth that much at all.
No,
Not even
no,
close.
it's
He's
probably
not.
worth half it. That's about it.
No, no, he's not even worth that much. So, I even said I think I was talking to I was talking to my manager on the phone. I was like, look, because we're both Liverpool supporters, and I was like, look, like to be honest with you, if we're gonna pay 80 million for Ekitike, we might as well go in for Isak.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
point, if we're gonna do that, you might as well go in for Isak. I know it's gonna be impossible and it's gonna be hard, but if Newcastle was saying 150, if Liverpool are willing to pay 80 million, what's another 20 million on top of that? And then just put 50 million of add-ons. I'm sure if you gone to Newcastle and said, look, we'll give you 100 million up front and 50 million of add-ons, I feel like that is a conversation they would entertain, and you never know. Something could happen. I'm not saying it will. I'm not trying to get anyone's hopes up because I want Isak. I don't want anybody else. I want Isak. I feel like he will be the perfect blend for Liverpool, and I can see him really combining well with Mo, with Gakpo, with the midfield because he can do the whole build up play, the hold up play. But it's going to be difficult to get him, especially because Newcastle's going to get Champions League football now. You know, it's almost guaranteed they're going to get it. So like that's going to be difficult. But with Ekatike, I don't know, man. Like he's a great player, very skillful, quick, good, decent finishing as well. He can finish, but I just look at him as in that his stature. I look at it physically. He looks like someone can just bully him off the ball so easily, and I feel like that is something that I'm worried about when it comes to him. So yeah, I don't know. And but to be honest with you, if we don't go for him, who else is out there?
In terms of strikers, I mean, Alvarez is probably the next one behind Isak. Alvarez is probably the best one to
Yeah.
go for.
Hmm.
Other than that, you're looking at Kuna, but he looks like he's going to join Man United. João Pedro, Liam Delap's going to Newcastle, it seems. So
Yeah.
if Liam Delap is going to Newcastle, is there a chance there for Isak? Anyway,
Nah, I
because
think he'll be more of a
he's just
backup.
replacing Callum Wilson, isn't he,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, yeah, yeah. He'll be more of a backup. I don't think he'll be someone they'll be looking at. I think Oshiman, but I'm not too sure. I'm not too sold. But like, he's a good player. I don't think there's anything wrong with Oshiman. I just think because of the
When
whole.
someone goes to Turkish league that early in the career, it's quite
Yeah, but
worrying.
it wasn't because he wasn't good
And then
enough. I
fell
feel
out,
like because of the
absolutely.
situation off the pitch,
Mm.
that's
Mm.
what caused him to kind of make that move. I don't think it's because of his footballing ability because he didn't lose no footballing ability. If you look at him this
Mm.
season, he scored over 20 goals in the season. So it's not like his football ability is gone. I think it was just things the noise off the pitch. That's what caused that situation. So
By the
he
way,
could be
guys,
someone that's
this is
good.
Harmony's direct rival here, Nigeria. This is Harmony's direct rival. And when he's
Yeah.
giving praise for Nigerian striker, it takes a lot of guts to do
Listen,
that.
like you know what I mean. So it's like it can work out, but I just think Liverpool's not really too sold on him. I don't think a lot of teams are sold on him. I don't know why, but because footballing ability wise, he's a very very good player. So I don't know why, but to be honest, with you, there's not really that many options. Alvarez, he still has like I think 4 years on his contract with thing. So you would have to
It's
pay 100
undecided, yeah.
million for him anyway. So that's what I'm trying to say. If you're gonna do that, then try at least get Isak.
Yeah.
At least try. You know what I mean? You never know because if we tell Isak, look, we're gonna challenge next season, we're more than likely to retain the title. We can go really really far in the Champions League. Domestically, we do really well anyways. You've seen that in the last couple of years, how many domestic leagues we won. And like you're going to be a main focus of the team. I'm sure all of that, and plus you're playing for Liverpool. No offense to Newcastle, it's not Liverpool. You know what I mean? Newcastle, yes, they can get Champions League, but are they guaranteed to get Champions League next season? We don't
Mm.
know. You know what I mean? You don't know. You don't know this. So is that so? I feel like that is something that you can sell to Isak. It's going to be difficult, but at least try. At least try have that conversation with him and see if you can kind of rock the boat a little bit. If you're going to pay 100 million for if you're gonna have to pay 100 million for thing anyways for Alvarez. So that's what I'm
It
trying to
makes
say
sense.
personally.
If we're willing to pay like 80 million for Ekatike, we've got to go for Isak. I
Yeah,
just don't
trust.
know who. I don't know what striker would get now because all all teams have to do to Liverpool. It's the easiest thing ever. Is just put a little bit more money onto the player, and we won't pay it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the only way we pay it is if we sell someone for that sort of ilk. Like we wouldn't have paid for Van Dijk if we didn't sell Coutinho.
Oh yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
said that's too much
Yeah,
money.
we know that. We know that. We know that
It's too much
already.
money.
Yeah,
In the end, it
we
wasn't
know
too much money. But we'd have said that's too much money. If we didn't sell Coutinho, if we didn't have that Coutinho money, we'd have said that's too much money for Van Dijk. We're not selling it. We can get them. We'll try offer him way less. We'd probably offer like 50 million for him. We'd have tried. We wouldn't have got Alisson Becker. We wouldn't have
that.
offered that sort of money for his
Yep,
goalkeeper. And that's the problem now. And we only paid Nunes again for that because we sold about 3 or 4 players to get Nunes sort of money. Um, Other than that, just gonna get this up. Speaking of Nunes, Juan has come up here and said Darwin is really gone. I think he's young and needs full time playing time. But if we can make some big money on Darwin, then bye bye. I think everyone is happy with Darwin going. If I'm
yeah.
honest, I
Honestly, I
think
was
it's a failed experiment.
yeah,
Um,
I was one of his biggest defenders as well. I really wanted him to do well because if you look at him as an out and out player, he has all the quality you need to be a great striker. His movement is really good. That's something you can give him. His work ethic is really good. He's quick. His hold up play can do some working on.
Physically, it's a
His
good
first
strike. Yeah,
touch, yeah,
yeah.
physically very good. It's just the finishing. Because if you really no, honestly, if you really look at Darwin for the last 2 seasons or 2, 3 seasons he's been with us, yeah, look at the position that he gets himself into. Look at the amount of chances that he creates.
Yeah.
If he could just, if he was able to polish his finishing, we would not be having this conversation. You know what I mean? And this league title that we're in right now, it would have been finished months ago. Because if Darwin could finish his chances, this league title would not be a league title. Would not even gone to the point where it got about 4 games to go. I think it would have been done like 2, 3 weeks ago. If I'm being honest with you,
It's
So
probably the best football without a ball, but give him a ball, he's shit.
yeah, it's
Imagine
frustrating.
saying that
It's
about football.
it's
That's a
so it's
footballer.
oh man,
That's
yeah,
crazy. That's crazy. On the ball, like, even like not just his finishing on the ball. When he's got the ball, he has no brain. It's like he has no IQ, no football IQ.
nope,
I remember, I can't remember when it was. It was earlier on. I don't know if it was last season or this season. And
yeah,
Sturridge were commentating, and it might have been in the punditry box after as Daniel Sturridge commentating it and speaking about it. He said, Nunes here, he got the ball, and I'm thinking, all you got to do there is just turn, just take it, take it into your, take the ball into your turn,
yeah,
and you've got a shot on there. And he did something different, and I think I thought that in the game itself. I thought, what the fuck are you doing here? And then
yeah,
after the game, it was half time, and Sturridge looked at it and said, "Why didn't you do this?" And he said, "I don't think he's got any football." He said something about that's lack of football IQ.
yeah. No, I don't. I feel like he. How can I put it? He's he's so he's so good but so bad at the same time. You know what I mean? I don't know how to put it.
He has
He's
everything
good
to
but
be
he's
good.
bad.
He has everything to be good but his ability on the ball ruins it all.
Yes,
He has
that's
everything else
that's
to
the
be good.
best
As a
word.
striker, when you're building a striker, you want speed, you want power, you want physicality, a little bit of aggression, a little work rate, you want
Mm,
what's it want movement.
movement, yes,
But then the main parts of controlling the ball, finishing, he doesn't have.
not at all, not even close.
They're like the finished products of a striker. He just has the
Mm.
physicality side of it, and his movement is brilliant. And you need good football IQ for good movement as well. That's what I don't get. I just think he's on the ball. He loses his IQ. He loses things. No composure or anything.
He's I don't know how to put him. I don't know how to describe
Would you
him,
say he's
man.
one of the most frustrating players you've ever seen at Liverpool?
Yes, by far, because he has so much ability that it's just frustrating that it didn't work out for him. That's the best way I can say. It, honestly, I was watching him go like I was just watching some of his highlights. I'm like, if you can just polish this one little part of your game, you would be so good, and you can save Liverpool so much money and so much hassle having to go out there and look for another striker. But you're just not good at finishing. You're not clinical. You're not clinical.
It doesn't seem like he's worked on it though either. That's what gets me most.
Honestly, I don't get it. You know what I was thinking? Every single time I'm watching watching the training session, I'm thinking, does he stay back and be like, you know what? I'm gonna spend another 30 minutes to 40 minutes on my finishing, does he do that? I actually question myself in that when I'm watching these training sessions. Because I'm watching, I'm thinking, in training, you can finish, you can do all of these things. Do you actually stay back and work on this craft? Or are you one of those ones where training is done, yeah, I'm going home now? Because how is it that within the last 2 years he's been with us, you have not improved once? It just don't make no sense. It
And he's had
makes
two managers.
absolutely no
He's had two
sense.
managers, two of the best managers in the world to do that as well. Slots
Yeah,
been with him a year. He's given up. He's given
yeah.
up. And two of the best managers to
Mm,
improve players as well.
mm,
Let's not forget
yeah.
Klopp turned like Mane, Salah into world class players.
Facts. That's
Slaughter's
facts.
done unbelievable stuff with Granberts this season,
Mm-hmm.
and just in Salah's game as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not like he's worked with freaking Roy Hodgson here.
He's Nunes is very, very, very frustrated, and I just wished, and I hope like I wish that he was good, but it's
He's
just
like
frustrating, man.
he's like one of those boxers, isn't he? He's like one of those boxers. All that they build up and talk. Them what they do now. Them where they go head to head against each other. There's chairs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm on about, don't you? Is it gloves
Mm-hmm.
are off? They do that,
Yeah.
and he talks all this right. Good fight. He's got some good highlights in his past, but then when he gets in the ring, his manager's just throwing the towel in. Is that it's just he's had enough. He's had enough.
Yeah.
The referee's just not stopping it. That's why it's got to the point now of Nunes. When he's playing now, it's like just stop it. Someone stop it. Someone fucking stop it before I say any more. Someone stop it. We need
Oh gosh.
the reason why he's going now is our manager's throwing the white towel in. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. Just the referee just I don't know. I don't know if the referee's got a bet on a certain game. But the
Mm.
referee's just not stopping the fight. This guy's getting
He
absolute pummeled.
is so he's so I don't want to talk about him anymore. It's just frustrating me. Even talking about him is just making me more angry. I don't want to talk about him anymore. Like wherever he goes, I wish him the best. I just hope that we get a decent amount for him. That's the main thing. I hope we get a decent amount for him. I'm looking I'm looking at the region around 50 to 60. I'm praying we can get that much for him.
It's got to be Saudi,
Honestly.
hasn't it? No one else is paying that, are they?
Oh yeah,
Surely
I
not.
know. It has to be Saudi. It has to be. And I hope when Saudi comes in, he accepts it. I hope he
He better
demands
do
that.
now after talking about Saudi with Diaz. He
Yeah,
better do now.
I hope he
Um,
does.
Speaking of money, mate, I was going to go over actually how much Liverpool are going to earn in the Premier League, winning the Premier League this year. Whether we
Mm,
see any of it or not, that's a different question completely.
yeah.
So Liverpool could earn up to £177 million for winning the Premier League. So Dave Cock broke it down online. Equal share 95 million for all clubs. He's already gone out, for competing in the Premier League. 56.4 million for title prize money, so for winning the Premier League, basically.
Hmm.
25.2 million for TV appearances. 8.1 million for international TV bonuses. So that means altogether £177 million we are going to win for winning the Premier League.
Yeah.
56, 56.4 million of that is for actually winning the league itself, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot of money that we're not going
That
to
is a
see.
lot of money. It's a lot of money, and this is where I think the year that we actually won it is where I feel like people were confused as in why we didn't strengthen. Because if you're saying that that's how much money we made from winning the league that year, obviously I think it would have been less because of the whole TV privilege and TV times and all, because obviously COVID and everything like that. So I think maybe that would have been affected. But this year we haven't had that problem. So I think saying that there should not be a reason why Liverpool can't spend 250. In terms of if you add that money that you just named on top of player sales, I don't see why Liverpool can't spend 250 this window. I really don't see. I don't see a reason why Liverpool can't do that.
The only way we do that is if we sell players like Nunes or if
Yeah,
we sell Diaz, for example, on top of
that's
that.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Um,
On top of
Fan
player
said here,
sales and the thing, all that. Yeah,
I'm trying to see where Juan's got this from. Let Darwin, Case. So you're going to let Darwin, Case, Kelleher, and Gomez go, and maybe Diaz or Jota? Please no. I don't know who's wanting Chiesa to go.
you see with
Maybe
Chiesa,
Slot might want him to go. I think a lot of fans want him to
yeah,
keep him, really.
with him, I feel like I don't know. I don't know where I stand with him because I haven't seen enough of him for me to be like, yeah, he deserves to stay or deserves to go. I've not seen enough of him. Um, so I don't know where with him. I don't know. But Nunes, I want him gone. Um, Gomez, as much as I love him, but I think for the best of his career, he has to go. He has to leave.
Mm. Yeah.
Jota, if we keep him, I'm not gonna be mad. If we sell him, I wouldn't. It's not like I'll be crazy. I'll be like, oh yeah, damn, how I would. Why did we sell him? Type of thing. You get what I mean? So I
The
feel
thing
like
with
Jota, if
Jota
we can
is,
sell
the
him,
thing I've been saying about Jota is the fact that
yeah,
usually when he's available, he's bagging
mm,
goals and he's brilliant. But this season he hasn't done that, so
No.
it's not covered up the lack of availability it gives us.
Availability, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, with him, I don't mind. Endo, I think he's going. I don't think he's staying above longer than this season. And then Tyler Morton, I think he's gone. Who else is there?
But
Uh,
Berchesic is going to come back, isn't he, from his
yeah,
loan?
yeah. Um, I think
Kelleher's
Doak.
gone.
Yeah,
Kelleher's gone.
Keller's gone. Doak, I think
Simicast
is gone.
potentially going.
Yeah, Simicast is going. Doak is going, I think, as well. I think like Liverpool can sell him because of the season that he's had in the Championship. I feel like more people will be in for him. Doak can be so we can get. I feel like we can get a good 15 to 10 million for him for Doak.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's good. That's good money. Kelleher, I think 20 to 25 million you can get for him. I believe. Um, I might be aiming too high for that, but I'm
Yeah,
thinking, yeah,
we have. Juan said here, "Fuck, we've got a lot of players to replace." We have. It's mad, isn't it? Really, we're going to win the league, and we're talking about here replacing quite a few players. But that's just the way it is. Kelleher's going to go naturally. Mohamed Ashley's coming in.
coming in, yes,
Simicast
that's
needs to go.
replacement.
Simicast or Robertson needs to go because we need a new left back,
Yeah,
and it's not going to
I
be
think
Robertson.
I think is Simicast is that's more likely to leave than Robertson.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Nunes is
Simicast is
gone.
gone.
So that's a certain three gone. Nunes is
Yeah,
definitely gone. And
yeah,
there's definitely going to be at least Martin and Dirk going.
yeah.
Certainly. Endo, we don't know yet because it depends if he gets replaced. That's the issue with Endo. We might
Yeah,
keep Endo just because we're not going to put the money out there to
money
replace
out.
him.
Yeah, that's true.
Diaz and Jota, it's a tricky one with that because if we were a serious club in terms of transfers and stuff,
Yeah,
I think I'd get rid of Diaz or Jota and replace them both. If I,
yeah.
I'd get rid of Nunes and Jota together and get two
hmm
new strikers in.
Yeah, but I think we can do that because Jonathan Davis, even though I know a lot of people don't really like him, don't rate him, but Jonathan Davis on a free, really and truly, you get him on a free, you ain't got to pay no fee for him, you ain't got to do nothing like that. If he doesn't work out, you can sell him on for a good amount because you're not really losing anything if you sign him because you're getting him on a free
Yeah.
anyways. So I feel like he can be one option, and then obviously Liverpool can go out and get their main guy. Um, you know who I want Liverpool to really sign. Oh my days, I feel like if he comes in, he'll be such a great player for us. Shirky.
Yeah. I've spoken about it many
Oh
times now.
my days, man.
Yeah. And it covers
That
a few positions as well.
he'll be so good for us. He'll be so good for us. And that creativity that we're losing with Trent, he can make up for it because he's such a creative player. And I feel like because of the whole Soboslai thing, I feel like people are saying that he's not creative enough, and everything like that. I feel like he'll be a great addition to add to the team. Um,
It takes a lot of pressure off Szoboszlai as well.
yeah, it does, it does. So he'll be if we can get him, I'll be so happy, over the moon with that, over the moon, because he can play on the right hand side and he can play in the middle as well. So you can potentially play him there if Mo needs a rest.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you don't want Sloboside to play there, you can put him in there as well. So he can gives you different variety in different positions where he could cover. So I think he'll be a great addition if we can go out, if Liverpool are actually interested to go out and get him. Um, yeah, I think Kirk is this kind. I think we're getting Kirk as I think that
I think everyone's said that Kirkus is done pretty much. He's the
yeah,
first signing to be done.
yeah. I
Probably the
feel like
easiest
he's
one.
done. Centre back, we do need another centre back. I don't know. Have you been hearing these news about Kwanzaa leaving as well? Like, what's up with that?
Well, Juan said here, Kwanzaa Gomez with Kanate, if he could sign him with the captain, we should be golden. Kwanzaa, Slot don't like Kwanzaa, does he? He's not a fan of Kwanzaa.
Oh,
And this season, Kwanzaa's been shocking, if I'm honest. I don't know if he's just been knocked in confidence or whatever.
yeah. I think it's
Um,
confidence.
Last season, Willing on him, but again with Kanate, the reports that are coming out now is that the fact that obviously Kanate's going free next year,
If he doesn't sign, yeah,
but he
yeah,
doesn't sign.
yeah.
So if he doesn't sign, then we have to sell him the season, really.
Basically, yeah,
But the Dean Huijsen thing is we might get rid of Kanata to get Dean Huijsen in rather than being added to the squad. Which that again, this is why we can't build on success because we're just replacing players rather than building on what we've done,
Building up on what we have, yeah.
or replacing the people that we need to replace.
Mm-hmm.
Kanate don't really need replacing. We get Kanate's contract sorted. We bring Huijsen in. He can fight for their competitions, and he replaces Van Dijk in 2 years.
Yeah, but yeah, because he plays on the left hand. He plays on the left hand side of the
Yeah, yeah.
defense as well. So it's not like if you get rid of Konate and you bring him in, it's actually a like replacement because there's not. You know what I mean? He doesn't really play on that side either. So I know it might not make a difference because yeah, you're just playing as a centre back. So what difference does it make?
Mm.
But still, I feel like yeah, he needs to be an addition rather than you know being someone that just kind of comes in and like for replacement for Konate,
Yeah,
which would
yeah,
be
yeah,
weird.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you that completely. Completely agree with
And
that.
this is the problem we're having now. This is why our midfield dropped off the way it did, because they weren't gradually players, or they weren't given competition over the years, and then we had to end up buying a whole new midfield in one summer.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to do that again
No,
because we're not gonna let's be honest, yeah. If Sabozalai and McAllister did not have release clauses that we kind of exploited on that in that summer, we will never have got them.
no.
That's
Mm.
being really honest because McAllister, Brighton would have put 100 million on McAllister, and that's not even in euros. That's £100 million. So you can't do
Oh
that
yeah,
in
oh
euros.
yeah. World Cup winner as well at the
Yeah,
time.
World Cup winners. Yeah, so we were very, very, very lucky in terms of McAllister's signing. So Bozolai had a release clause, so we could have done that. Made us lucky. Made it lucky for us as well for us to get that. Endo, I feel like we would have got Endo anyways because he wasn't that much. And Gravenberch, I feel like we would have got him as well. But those two guys, we were lucky that summer that we found out that McAllister had a release clause that somehow I don't know how we knew, but no one else knew. Because I'm surprised that Man City didn't go for him. I suppose Arsenal didn't go for him. I'm very, very surprised that we're the only team that actually found out this guy had a release clause, which is bare weird. But hey, listen, that's good for us. I'm happy we got him.
That's been one of our best signings for the money we paid for.
Ah, honestly, Brighton is probably kicking themselves right now. They are so pissed at the fact that Liverpool found that release clause. They
Put
have
it
to.
this way, we can't sign anyone for Brighton for the next 5 years at least, 10 years at least,
Oh yeah,
because
because of that. Yeah, Brighton hates
they
us.
they will be putting at least 600 million up on it. Like talk about Belabo, won't we?
Yeah,
That'd be a good option to bring in as a DM. But
yeah.
they they
Brighton's
they they'd say to Liverpool 200 million. We need
honestly,
our
if
McAllister money.
they see Liverpool coming, even if they were gonna sell him for 80, they'll be like, yeah, I think yeah, give us about 90 to 100 million, then
Just
you
for
can get him.
Liverpool only. They need
Yeah,
that McAllister money back.
honestly, yeah, because they're vexed. They are actually angry that damn, like, how did these not know about this release clause? How did they find out? Because no one else. Be honest, who else actually spoke about McAllister having a release clause? No one else did. Everybody else thought you had to pay 80 to 70 million for him, at least. You know what I mean? No one knew about this release clause. Somehow Liverpool found out about this release clause and they paid for it.
Question for you, mate. Question for you.
Yeah, of
Who
course.
missed out on more money? Who missed out on more money? McAllister, with Brighton missed out on money with McAllister, or
Yeah.
Liverpool with Trent? Remember, Trent's going for 3 years, and that's an £100 million plus player.
You see, the reason why I want to say McAllister is because Trent only had a year left on his on
All right,
his
then just market value in general. Forget
Oh, in
about
general, yeah,
players.
then yeah, Liverpool,
In terms of
100%
what
Liverpool.
Trent's
Yeah,
actually worth as a player, really.
yeah,
What it would
100%
go in the
Liverpool.
market usually.
Yeah, Trent will be going for in the market right now. Trent is a good
At
100.
least 120, 130.
Yeah, 120. Yeah, at least the cloak like that. That is the
Only because of the
most he
right
can go
back.
for.
Only because of the right back. If he was a forward player with the abilities that he's got, you're
Yeah,
talking £200 million player.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's definitely Liverpool that I still can't believe we're actually letting him go for free. I think that's what I'm more annoyed about. It's not the fact that I'm annoyed that he's going, yes, but I think I'm more annoyed at the fact that we're letting him go for free. That we
A hundred
allowed it to
million
get to
pound
this
plus
point.
player for 3 years.
But you know the funny thing is, I feel like with his situation, I feel like him and his brother, which is his agent, they planned this.
It does seem that way. That's why I think
It
everyone's
to
rightly pissed
me,
off about it.
yeah, it seems like they actually planned this because why is it that he only signed a 4 year deal? Because Liverpool wanted to tie him down. They were never going to let Trent um sign anything less than a 5 years to a 4 year deal. But why did he insist on a 4 year deal?
You
Do you know
know,
what I mean?
if he has ambitions, look, if he has ambitions to join Real Madrid all the time, at least he has won everything. At least he has, done part of being that and being a big part of being successful. I'll thank him for the times of being successful. But like I said a bit earlier on the
Yeah,
stream before you came on, I can't fucking stand Real Madrid as it is.
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I still can't believe. I don't know if 'cause you live down London yourself, don't you? So
yeah,
I saw Liverpool fans cheering on Real Madrid over Arsenal in the Champions League. I thought I can't stand Real Madrid. It
yeah. You
makes no sense
see,
to me that
the only reason why I'm not gonna lie to you, the only reason why I cheered them on is because I just want to see Arsenal's hope go down the drain. Because you know them,
certain fans needs humbling, but I don't like Real Madrid as a club.
yeah, I hate Real Madrid as a club because if it wasn't for them, we would have eight Champions League right now. If it wasn't for them, like let's be honest, we would have had 8 Champions League right now. I'll be like, let's be honest. If it wasn't for Real Madrid, we would have 8 Champions League right now. But because of what they did, and the fact that we were playing them in the final and they beat us twice, we're still on six. You know what I mean? And I'm not
And
saying
both of them,
six as
both
a
of
like
them. The
a
first
thing
one
of
was obviously
advantage.
the foul on Salah injuring him, and then the second one was Courtois masterclass, wasn't it?
Yeah, Courtois was just
Breaking news!
yeah.
Breaking news! Breaking news!
What?
Liverpool are confident of striking a deal for Dean Huijsen. Liverpool have held positive talks with Huijsen's agent, and there is optimism. Huijsen's camp view Anfield as the likely destination, according to Dean Jones at Give Me Sport.
Ugh. How reliable is that though?
Dean Jones, I'd say, how to do the rankings on Twitter because
Yeah,
I used to write for LFC Transfer Room. I sort of know how reliable certain people are. Dean
yeah.
Jones, I'd say maybe a bronze badge, silver badge, tops.
Okay. You
Certainly
see,
not too reliable,
yeah, yeah. You see that, and
but
that's
he's not. He's
where
not. He's not a nobody.
yeah, like he has some credential to him, but he's not like reliable, basically.
Yeah, he's not like a Joyce or Lewis Steele or an Ornstein. Not like that.
Okay. Yeah, you see, that's when I feel like that's why I have to ask that because I don't want to get my hopes up too much when it comes to that. Because listen, ever since that whole Caicedo situation, mate, I've been burnt, mate. I don't ever. I'm not trusting nobody. Like honestly, I don't trust nobody when it comes to when someone says, "Oh yeah, Liverpool, I'll have confidence." And da, da, da." I'm like, yeah, shut up. I don't trust nobody no more. I'm sorry, I don't care until I see them. There's a agreement. There's a medical booked, and this guy has shown me the shirt. That is the only time I'm gonna be like, okay, yes. If not, mate, I don't want to hear it because that
You know
Caicedo
how many times we've
situation.
actually been? It looked like a done deal. I mean, I'm trying to think. Who the first one now? The first one was the medical was actually booked though, wasn't it? It actually did a video of him for him. Who was
Yeah.
it? Who was it? That attacking
Who?
midfielder in Spain.
Oh,
You know what I'm about, don't you?
yeah.
Oh, I can't think. Why can't I think of his name? Someone in the chat, bring him up. Someone in the chat, bring him up. It's beginning with F. I didn't even name again. It's on tip of my tongue. Anyway,
Oh, I
so
know you're talking about. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh man, I know you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about.
I've almost said it twice. I can't get it out of my head. I'm sure it begins with F. Might not.
Yeah,
But yeah, Caicedo, that looked really good. That even Mano said like Caicedo could be done.
mate.
Bellingham were looking good at one point.
Mate.
That morning
You.
when we were looking like signing Caicedo, Jurgen
Yeah.
Klopp was Fakir. Thank you so much, Anton. Fakir,
Okay,
Nabil
that's it.
Fakir. I knew it
That's
began
it.
there.
That's it.
Nabil Fakir. Yeah. Thank you, Anton.
Yeah.
There we go. The chat saves us absolutely. Thank you, John. It was Nabil Fakir. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was literally medical done. Well,
Ah.
had the video ready to go up, and it still didn't happen. Yeah, under FSG, we can't get too excited in terms of transfer
Yeah.
rumors.
Nah. Until I see the guy's shirt, I am. I don't even want to hear nothing. Like, don't even come up to me and be like, "Oh yeah, mate, this is what's happening." I don't care. I could not care less. Like honestly, until I see the guy's shirt in that Liverpool like holding the shirt like this in the club and
You mean
everything like
shirt holding it up, or
yeah.
actually playing on the pitch in the shirt?
Nah, that's taking it too far. That's going too far.
Do we need to see that ball kicked? Even like just running on the pitch, is that enough? Does he need to kick the ball as well?
Mate, I just need to see him holding that red shirt. If I see him holding that red shirt, I'm and then I'll be more relaxed. I'm like, okay, cool. I believe it now.
But
But
what about
until then,
AI? They can do that with AI now.
you see, that's the problem. That's what's scary about it, is the fact that they can do that with AI.
I've done a few. I've done a few of my thumbnails with AI in someone's shirt onto Liverpool shirt on someone else's back. So I think it is kicking the ball, isn't it? It's going to be kicking the ball. That is the
Yeah.
confirmation for you signing him.
Nah, but mate, nah, I think that the how can I put it? I think the holding the shirt will be good for me. Yeah, I think the holding the shirt will be good for me, mate. And I don't think I need the extra things where like I need him to be doing. Nah, nah, nah. If they can hold the shirt, I'll be happy with that. Honestly.
Just a disclaimer for everyone. We're not going to be a kind of channel that puts up "Welcome to Anfield" blah 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 until it's actually done. We're
Yeah,
not going to be on there's YouTube that are just going
yeah.
to go out there for clicks. I don't want,
We can't
people
do that.
want views on YouTube. Everyone wants views and things like that. But I'm not going to be clickbaiting for the views. Whatever comes out is going to be based on reports. It's going to be based on other things. Everything I put out is genuine stuff,
Yeah, no,
and
it
I've never
has to
put
be, mate.
anything like that out. Like "Welcome to Anfield," Dean Huijsen, just because I've seen one report.
No,
Um,
no, 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 no. I'm
Everything. If
sorry.
you look, if you look at the thumbnails, then you also read the description underneath. I explain everything in there, and watch the content as well. Watch the streams. We say
Yeah.
it's reported. We say it's not fully done.
Mm,
But yeah, just be careful of those videos. I saw many
yeah.
Turkiya videos. I also saw. I mean, my United fans were very known for doing them. They did Fabinho ones, didn't they?
Yeah, they're really, that's the thing. Like they really wanted Fabinho. They really wanted Fabinho. But yeah, that was always gonna be a Liverpool player, man. I don't think he even thought about going to Man United. I hope not, anyways.
Nunes were the same. Nunes and Gakpo were the same.
Yeah. So, but listen, I think we just we just need to sign players, man. Honestly, just give us something to be excited about. I don't want to be going. You remember that Caicedo the whole Caicedo drama? You remember, mate? You know how what the pain that we went through with that Caicedo,
It was a couple of days, wasn't it?
mate. It was more than a couple of days.
That morning though, we thought we were going to get him. Everyone was just gassed. Everyone was absolutely ecstatic.
But you know what? I think if you're looking at it now, yeah, I feel like he's probably thinking, "Damn, like I could have joined Liverpool. I could have won. I could have won a Carabao Cup, and I would have won the league this season." Like,
But yeah, we won Carabao Cup last. It was last year, wasn't it? Yeah,
yeah,
I keep thinking this year we didn't go out for anyone this year.
yeah.
Bad case, did we?
And
Yeah,
you know what's so funny about it is, yeah, listen to this. We beat him in the Carabao Cup, yeah. So he lost to the Carabao Cup to us. Now, God willing, well, we need a point anyways on Sunday. So it's not like we need a win. We need a point. When we win the trophy on Sunday, you know he has to give us a guard of honor when we go to Chelsea next week, the
I,
week after.
I said that last night. I think what's a
That
better
is
guard now? Him and
crazy.
Lavia.
That is crazy, mate.
That's like that's like scripture, isn't it? Do you think it's like scripture?
Mate, it
Like
has to be. It has to be.
it's fate. It's just fate for him to do that.
He has to do it. Like it's actually insane when you think about it. Just actually think about it. Like honestly.
I want his mum stood next to him. I want his mum stood next to him
I'm so done.
in that guard of honor.
Nah, that's taking it too far, mate. That's taking it way too far.
I want him and his mum stood there clapping our place through that guard of honor. And I want a picture of it.
Nah. You can't do that to the guy's mom, man. We respect Mumsy, man. You can't do that to the guy's mom.
Yeah,
We
I am
respect
messing
the
by the way.
mums.
Absolutely respect mums,
Yeah, we
definitely.
respect the
But yeah,
mums, man.
I just think it was a bit just for the pettiness.
Yeah, for the
Um,
being for me petty, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just to be petty.
Oh,
Yeah.
in fact, I'm gonna answer that question that Usman did. Usman did ask a question. Evening, LFC yesterday. I will answer your question earlier, Usman. I did see it, but we were into a little bit of a discussion there. Welcome, Usman. Welcome to the channel. Anyway, make sure you do like, subscribe, and notification bells on. Everyone that is watching. Usman says here, who do you think the most underrated player is? And I also saw this that Juan putting
Mm,
Darwin up. Juan, what is your originality here? Have you got some sort of South American in you? Because I know South Americans are very protective of Darwin.
yeah.
Potentially, yeah,
Very
said
protective of him.
Usman there. Darwin is certainly not the most underrated player.
No, 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 not even close. That's a lie. Anyone that tells you that is lying to you.
Underrated in terms of he don't get the P that he deserves. For me, is McAllister
Yeah.
because we've seen Gravenberch get his P's this season for his first half of the season. Brilliant, rightly
Mm,
so. We've even seen Soboslai getting P's for being one of the best players in that patch that he did when we were all struggling.
yeah.
But McAllister's been brilliant throughout the season, consistently.
Yeah, you know what? That McAllister's a shout. McAllister's a definite shout because I feel like I've been watching a lot of these team of the seasons, and there's a debate if McAllister should be in there. I'm like, I'm sorry, McAllister has to be in the team of the season. He
And that's what I'm
has to
saying.
be.
That's underrated.
He is like, you don't know how vital and how important McAllister's been for Liverpool. Like he's been after Gravenberch, he's been our second best midfielder, and like I
And I
feel the
think he's been our
third most
best
important
throughout the
player.
season.
Yeah, he's been so good, so reliable. Like, yeah, nah, he's been so underrated. McAllister's been so underrated this season, honestly.
So I think it's underrated in the Liverpool fan base as well. This is going to sound mad, but Alison Becker. Because when Alison Becker's missing, we're all going to say, "Oh, we're fine. Kelleher's coming in."
Yeah,
Sometimes we are fine with Kelleher, but to really underplay Alison Becker there with that, "Oh, we're going to be fine if he's out." We've seen how important he is when he comes back.
yeah,
Kelleher doesn't have the game that he did against PSG.
yeah. Nah, you see, like Kelleher is good in terms of like he can be a one that can keep you stable. Like, let's say if you're in a title fight and your first team goalkeeper is injured. Kelleher is one of those ones where he can keep you in that title race long enough until your goalkeeper comes back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
that good.
yeah.
But if you're talking about in terms of
The full
Kelleher,
season.
yeah, full season Kelleher, yeah, no.
It's not Alison. It's nowhere near Alison.
Yeah, no, 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 I'm sorry. He can't do that. He cannot do that. That's just me being real with you. He cannot do that.
And
So
I've seen some fans saying, "Let Alison go if Mohamed Ashwili's coming in."
no, no, that's stupid. I'm sorry. Mara, that's really is good. He's a good player. I mean, good keeper, but I would not let him go just because he's Allison's there. Nah, nah, not at all. I can't see it. That cannot happen personally, anyways.
One more question from Usman before we go. Who would you like to score last minute winner on Sunday if to win the league? Who would it be and why? We answered this last night, actually, Usman. I don't know if you've watched last night's thing. A few of us went through. Joe Gomez was pushed out there for
Yeah, I
obviously
was
had to
gonna
score the
say
goal.
Gomez.
I put it out to. I think I put it out to Naz last night. Would you rather Joe Gomez score his first goal in football history, or Trent score the winner and lift up his shirt and say, "I'm staying"?
Well, that's definitely not happening. But uh, that's definitely not happening. But
Not now. Not now. It's been confirmed now. It's pretty much gone. So
yeah, that's definitely not happening.
I
So
think Van Dijk or Salah be perfect because of what they've done this season. I think they deserve it more than anyone.
yeah, Van Dijk, um, Salah would be good as well.
Endo,
Um, oh, Endo will be another shout. I'm trying to think who hasn't scored this season.
I think Endo did Endo score. I remember he scored that goal. I don't know if it was this season or not.
Now, who
Was
hasn't
it last
scored this
season?
season? That's the question. I would like. That's what I want to know. Who
Kiers
has?
would be nice to score.
Um,
Kiers would be nice to score. Endo would be nice to score just sheer. Endo scoring the winner would just be it'd be
yeah, it will
iconic,
be
wouldn't it? It would be iconic.
very iconic. Uh,
I think for me, my personal opinion would be Van Dijk for the captain to get the goal to
I
win
get
it.
it, but at the same time, I'm like,
I also mentioned last night as well, mate. It has to be
yeah,
someone with a cold celebration
mm,
for that moment.
yeah,
I don't just want to see a simple jump in the air like that. It needs a cold moment with a cold celebration. I
yeah.
think certain players would do that. To be honest, I don't even care who gets the winner. Alison Becker can jump upfield again for that.
He'll be a good one.
No,
He'll be a good
I'd
one.
be pissed off. It's Nunes. I don't think he deserves that sort of.
Yeah, nah. I don't. Nah, he's a. You know, what it is Liverpool. I don't know if you've seen it. I feel like the report's saying that Liverpool don't want to play him because if he plays one more appearance, that's
If he starts at
yeah,
4.3 million, yep.
yeah. So I feel like Liverpool's probably looking at that. Like, yeah, you can stay on the bench, mate. You can stay on the bench. Like, stay right there, mate. We're good.
I imagine if Slot played him last game of the season, dead
Oh,
ass game, 4.3 million. John Henry would
mate,
be on the phone straight
I'm
away.
not gonna lie
In
to
fact,
you.
John Henry would be over here quicker than he was for the Caicedo situation.
I feel like yeah, if he did that, I genuinely feel like he'll get
He'd
sacked.
be sacked the next day. The
I genuinely
sackable
feel like
offence.
he'll be sacked. They'll sack
It's
him.
lucky P45 comes through the door.
Yeah, they'll fully sack him. Mate, you literally cost us 5 million that we didn't need to pay, but because of your stupidity, we have to pay it now. They'll fully sack him.
Even though just won him another 52 million for winning the league in his first season, would not spending out on him.
Yeah,
Oh,
nah.
that
He
would sum FSG up that sacking slot for playing Darwin Nunes at the
honestly,
beginning.
I will not be surprised.
I wanted to do it now. I wanted to do it. And I wanted
Low
that
key,
4.3 million to directly come out of John Henry's pocket.
yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted it to happen.
Mate, but listen, I feel like we're in a good position, and I feel like we just kind of we're in a position of strengthening. We need to strengthen.
Yeah.
We just need to strengthen. That's just me being honest with you, mate. Like we just need to strengthen because at the end of the day, as much as we have done well this season to do what we did, let's not forget that a lot of um a lot of teams have not really performed. Man City next season, even though I don't think they're gonna come back and win it, I feel like they'll be stronger. Arsenal will definitely be stronger, and I feel like Chelsea, Newcastle, I feel like they'll definitely strengthen because I can see them doing that, especially because they get Champions League now. They can definitely strengthen their team. So I
And
feel like if we can just
this is
go
not
back,
taking anything away from Liverpool either.
yeah, no, it's not at all, not at all.
It's just the truth. Yeah, yeah.
It's just the truth. We just need to buckle our ideas and really go out there and put a statement down. Look, saying, look,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
won the league, but
We're
we're
doing
not
it
resting
again.
on our
We're going
laurels. We're
again.
going
Yeah, we're
again
going
next
again.
season.
Yeah.
You know, you guys have to do everything you can to catch us now. We're gonna do
Yeah, yeah,
this. We're bringing
yeah.
this player in, this, and that. And
We're
if
the
we
team to
can do
beat.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be good. And I think
Yeah.
Um, Slot is good. I think if we can give Slot players that he can trust and he can rely upon, you'll see more rotation. Because this
Yeah.
season, you haven't seen that much rotation because he doesn't trust a lot of these players
The
on the
players
bench
behind now.
to come and do
Mm.
anything. So if he can give him good, at least 3 to 4 quality players, I feel like you'll definitely you'll definitely see him rotate more and you'll see more fluid, like more players coming in and out of the team. And I feel like we'll go further in cup competitions as well. Because you understand that Plymouth game, yes, we should have won it, but you need to understand a lot of those players that were playing, they barely played any matches. So
Mm.
they were rusty. You know what I mean? They needed rhythm. As much as Plymouth is a rubbish team, it doesn't matter how rubbish the team, if you don't have no rhythm and you're rusty, you're going to not succeed. So that is what cost us to be out of the FA Cup. So
And
Let's
there's
just
no
see.
way Slot wants to run these players into the ground
No,
the way he
not
has
at all.
done.
Not
There's
at
no
all.
way. He's not
Not
that
at all.
stupid.
No. I think he
No,
wanted to
thank you.
rotate.
Thank you everyone for watching. Anyway, thanks Sam for coming on. Better late than never, certainly. But I appreciate you
Yeah,
coming
I'm
on. Anyway,
so
I know
sorry
you.
that
I
my
know. I know
notifications
you.
are
Anyway, I know you
rubbish.
very well. So, thank you for everyone watching. Thank you for everyone commenting. I appreciate everyone that comments. I mean, a few months ago, I used to come in on your live and thinking, why am I doing lives when no one's on? I used to have one viewer, two viewers, three viewers. I'm a bit overwhelmed to how many viewers I've been having the last few streams, and
Yeah.
I'm just appreciative of everyone that has watched, everyone that has subscribed, everyone has liked the videos, and everyone that gets commented. I absolutely love people that comment in the chat, and we can bounce off, especially when I'm on my own as well. If I am on my own, it's so much easier for people coming in the comments because I just bounce off you guys at home. And I've got great guests like Harmony coming on. I've got great
Yeah.
guests. I've got a great team here. And this is only the start for Talking Mates. I promise you that. This is only the start. The bigger we get, hopefully, the more people like and subscribe to the channel, like the videos, the bigger we get, I'm going to do better content. I can promise you that. This is not just this sort of content. I'm going to do better content. I've got big, big plans for this channel.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys can help at home, it would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone that has helped so far. Have a great night. I'm sure we'll have a great weekend. Make sure you join us tomorrow. Myself and Hooks are on for head to head tomorrow, mid afternoon, between 2 and 5. I need to give him a time in the morning. I'm also back tomorrow night, hopefully, for a red zone. But yeah, thank you for watching so far, and thank you everyone for joining.